Welcome to all in the new lecture of the graphs, that is on representation of graphs. So here we have some representation of the graphs. First one is that the linked representation. We have the two type of representation we will discuss here, linked representation and the matrix representation. So first of all, linked representation. So what is the linked representation? Actually, in this representation, a list of vertices adjacent to each vertex is maintained, and this representation is also called adjacency structure representation. In case of a directed graph, a care has to be taken according to the direction of an edge while placing a vertex in the adjacent structure representation of another vertex. So the linked representation is described by means of two edges. So you can see here, if we have, suppose one graph is this one and this is your undirected graph, no direction is there. So here we use the adjacency list. So the linked representation is like that. We have the vertices here in one column of the table. Here we have how many vertices are there? A, B, C, D. 4 vertices are there, and adjacency list means we have to see here what are the adjacent vertices here. So what are the adjacent vertices of the vertex A? A, this A with one edge A is connected to the B vertex and connected to the D vertex and C vertex. So it means that the adjacent vertices of vertex A is B, C, D, right? Now, if we come to the vertex B, and B is adjacent to which vertices? A and D. Because B is not connected to C, means no edge between B and C. So it means that C is not the adjacent vertex of B. So the adjacent vertices of B is only A and D. Now come to the vertex C. C, what are the adjacent vertices of the vertex C? That are D and A, not the B. So the vertices or adjacent vertices of vertex C is A and D. Now, if we talk about the vertex D, so the adjacent vertices of the vertex D will be A, B and C. So the adjacent vertices of vertex D is A, B, C. So this is the linked representation of the graphs. So this was the undirected graph. If we have, suppose, the directed graph in which we have the directions, right? And also we call the directed graph by the diagraph also. So here our adjacency list is, here we have the initial vertex and the terminal vertex. So we talk about the initial vertex and terminal vertex because we have the directions here, right? So if we talk about the vertex A, so you see here from vertex A, what edge is going on to another vertex. So here we see that only one edge A to C is going on at the vertex C. It means that the initial vertex is A and the terminal vertex is C, right? Now, if we talk about the vertex B, and we see that from vertex B and from vertex B, an edge is going on towards the vertex A. It means that the terminal vertex of this is A. So B, and this is your A vertex. Now C, if we talk about the vertex C, so we can see here from C, no one edge is going on from the vertex C to any vertex. It means that no terminal vertex of we have which has the initial vertex is C. Now, if we talk about the vertex D, so from D you can see you have the three edges are going on from from D to A, D to B and D to C. It means that if we have the initial vertex is D, then the terminal vertices we have A, B, C. So like this is the linked representation of the graphs. Now second one, we come to the point of matrix representation. So actually the matrix are commonly used to represent graphs for computer processing, and there are number of vertices which can associate with any graph. So we shall discuss here two types of matrices: adjacency matrix by the graph and incidence matrix. So now first of all we discuss the adjacency matrix. So we have a definition that G is equal to VE. We know already know that the graph we represent it by the vertices and the edges, and where our n here represent the number of vertices. So here in the case of adjacency matrices, no two edges connect the same pair of vertices and each edge connects to different vertices. So suppose that the vertices of G, if we have a graph G, are listed in arbitrary order as V1, V2, Vn, then the adjacency matrix A, or we can say that if we say that adjacency matrix A of G, or simply we can denote it by AG. AG, it means that the adjacency matrix of the graph G. With respect to this listing of the vertices is the n cross n 0 1 matrix. So which type of this adjacency matrix? N cross n 0 1 matrix. With 0 1 matrix, it means that we have the entries of the matrices are either 0 or 1 only. And when it is 1, with 1 as its ij entry when Vi and Vj are adjacent. Means if we have the two vertices Vi and Vj are adjacent, then we put the value of that element of the matrix is 1, otherwise we put there 0. So in another word, you can say that the adjacency matrix A, if we have suppose the adjacency matrix A and elements are denoted by Aij, so we can say that our Aij is equal to 1 if Vi Vj. So what is this represent Vi Vj? This represents an edge, right? Vi is an vertex, Vj is an vertex. So if we write this type, means Vi connected to Vj, it means this is an edge. If we have an edge between two vertices, so we have to put there 1, and otherwise we have to put the 0 in the matrix. So like that you can form the adjacency matrix by the graph. So let's take an example here. What is the adjacency matrix AG for the following graph G? So here we have one graph on the order vertices A, B, C, D. So if we have this graph and vertices are 4 vertices are there A, B, C, D, and we need to form here the adjacency matrix. So what will be that? So first of all, we have to take the adjacency. We know that in matrices we have the rows and the columns. So in the adjacency matrix, our rows and columns both are the vertices, right? So here A, B, C, D, we have the 4 vertices. These are our represents our column, and rows are also represented by the vertices A, B, C, D, right? 4 rows and 4 columns are there because we have the 4 vertices are here. Now we fill the entries here. So how can we fill it? I told you that we have because here you can see that A have no self loop, B, C, D, all vertices have no self loop. It means that AA, this becomes 0, BB, this becomes 0. So all entries of AA, BB, CC, DD, these entries are 0, right? I told you that we have to put only 1 if we have an edge between the vertices. But A to A, no edge is there, B to B, no edge is there, C to C and D to D, no edges are there. So it means that these values we have to put 0 here. Now AB, what is the entry of AB? AB, we know that AB had an we have the two vertices AB, then an edge between these AB and B, because this is an undirected graph. So whichever edge is A to B, that is also is the edge of B to A. So we put here A to B 1 and B to A is 1. Now A to C we have an edge. So this is also C to A. So A to C and C to A we have a 1. Now A to D we have an edge. So this will be D to A and A to D. Now B to C. So B to C we have no edges there between B to C. It means that B and C are not adjacent vertices. It means B to C and C to B, these values are 0. So we have to put here 0. Now B to D, yeah, B is connected to D, means we have an edge between the vertices B and D to B, so these values become 1. Now C to D, yeah, C is connected to D and D is connected to C, so these values is 1. So like that we can form out the adjacency matrix by the graph, undirected graph. And one point you should be noted here, that what is that? The always our adjacency matrix of the undirected graph is always a symmetric matrix, right? Why symmetric matrix? Because here these no directions are there, means which relation is A to B, then it is also B to A, right? So it means that you will get the matrix, adjacency matrix in undirected graph, which is always be symmetric matrix. Clear it? Now let's take another example that is on for the directed graph. So what is the adjacency matrix AG for the following directed graph? If we have this is the directed graph, means here we have the directions, right? And vertices are also here, 4 vertices are there, A, B, C and D. So now how to form the adjacency matrix here? So because this is the adjacency matrix, so we have the 4 vertices are here, so 4 columns we have, 4 rows we have. Now how to put this? So we all know that no self loop of A, means A is not connected to A, B, all vertices are not connected to itself. It means that these entries are 0. Now A to B, A, B, A, B. You have the connection A to B? No, we have not the connection A to B. We have the connection B to A, because our direction of the edge is B to A, not A to B. So it means we have to put here 0. So which direction we have? We put there 1. Otherwise we have to put there 0. Right? Now A to C. A to C. Yeah, our direction of the edge is A to C. So we have to put here 1. A to D. A to D, we have no direction from A to D, but we have the direction D to A. So A to D are 0 and D to A are become 1. So A to D is 0 and D to A are become 1. Now B to A, yeah, we have the direction B to A, so it become 1. B to C, B to C, no. B and C are not the adjacent vertices and no edges between there, so we have to put here 0. B to C and C to B both are 0. And now C to A, C to A, yeah, C to A, no direction is there, C to A, and A to B to D, yeah, B to D we have no direction B to D, but D to B we have the direction, so B to D is 0 and D to B is 1 and C to A is 0. Now after that C to D, C to D, yeah, C to D no direction, directed edge is there C to D, but D to C we have the directed edge, so C to D is 0 and D to C is 1. So like that we can form out the adjacency matrix in the case of the directed graph. Clear it? How to find the adjacency matrix in the directed graph? We have to concentrate here on the direction of the edge. If we have the direction of the edge, means the from one vertex to another vertex, so we have to put the 1, otherwise we have to put the 0. Now another example, if we have, suppose here we given the adjacency matrix and now you want to draw here the graph, so how to do it? So here we have this adjacency matrix is given here. Now we have to draw the graph. So what you do here, you can see here how many columns and rows are here. You have the 5 rows and 5 columns are here. It means that we have the, in our graph, how many vertices we have? 5 vertices we have, right? And suppose our vertices are V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. And we draw the edge between Vi to Vj. If our we have the adjacent vertices, so we put there is matrices value is 1. So now what will be our graph? First of all, we see that put here we have the 5 vertices are there, so we put 5 row columns and 5 rows are here, is represented is like that. So now we introduce here the 5 vertices V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. It's depend on you where you put your vertices. It doesn't issue that you put like that also. Okay, so any type of graph you can form, only just satisfy the property. Okay, now we see here V11 0, V2 is 0, V3 is 0, V4 is 0, but V5 is 1. So it means that all four vertices V1 to V4 have no self loop, but V5 has the self loop because V5 is connected to V5. So it means we have the one self loop at the vertex V5 because this is 1, right? Now V1 to V2. V1, V2, if we talk about the V1, V2, yeah, V1, V2 value is 1. It means that V1 is connected to V2 and V2 is connected to V3 and V3 is connected to V1 because you can see here V1 is connected to V2, V1 is connected to V3, V2 is connected to V3, right? Now, V3 is connected to V1. Yeah, V3 is connected to V1. V3 is connected to V2. Yes. V3 is connected to V4. Means this value is 1. It means that V3 is connected to V4. So now V3 is connected to V4. After that we have the value 1 is here. V4 is connected to V3. Yes, V4 is connected to V3. Now V4 is connected to V5 because this is 1. So V4 is connected to V5 here. And V5 is connected to V4. Yes, V5 is connected to V4. And V5 we already make the self loop. So that will be the graph of this adjacency matrix, undirected graph. Clear it how to form the graph by the adjacency matrix. Now let's take another example. Here you have to draw the diagraph represented by this adjacency matrix A. Diagraph means you have to form here the directed graph, right? So how many rows and columns here? 4 rows and 4 columns here. It means that in our required graph we have the 4 vertices. Total 4 vertices are there. So we see that suppose our vertices are V1, V2, V3 and V4. So we put here V1, V2, V3, V4. These are columns and these are our rows. Now 4 vertices are there. So like that we have the vertices V1, V2, V3, V4. And now we see that V1 and V3 is 1. It means that V1 is connected to V3, right? And V3 and V2 is 1. It means that V3 is connected to V2 and V2 and V4. V2, V4, not V4, V2. Yes. And V4, V1 we has 1. So these are connected. So all these are connected to each other. Now this is the directed graph. So V1, V3 is 1, right? So V1, V3, it means that V1, V3 we have this. V1, V4, yes, V1 to V4, this is the directed edge is there. V2, V3, so this is our V2, V3, directed edge is there. V3, V1, so V3, V1 means again our, now V3, first of all we have the V1 is connected to V3 with the directed edge. Now V3 is also connected to V1 with the directed edge. Next one is V3 is connected to V2. V3 is connected to V2. Direction is V3 to V2. V3 to V4. V3 to V4. V3 to V4. The directed edge from V3 to V4. Now V4 to V1. V4 to V1 we have one directed edge is there. V4 to V2. So this one is there. V4 to V3. So again we have the V4 to V3. This directed edge. So this will be the directed graph or diagraph of this given adjacency matrix. So I think so. I hope that you have cleared how to form the graph or the directed graph or undirected graph by the adjacency matrix. So now today's lecture is completed now. Thank you. Be happy, be healthy, and in the next lecture we will discuss about the incidence matrix.